What's happening? Uh, well, there's a new TV show on about Flint, and it's like I was watching it. It's like everyone who's watching it is like getting a real bad vibe from it, and they're like, everyone's like, man, I've never even seen none of those cops before. So it's almost like they might have actors on it. It's crazy, but our mayor, I don't even pay attention to this political nonsense no more because it's just like pro wrestling. I think our mayor is the person who the character from Suicide Squad, who was she was the government liaison, who was the handler for the criminals that they hired to, and they microchipped him in the neck. Anyway, it's like I think that lady in the movie is a fictionalized representation of our mayor. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got this new EIO task force unit. And I think they already got me once because this dude rolled up on me one night and he was in the same kind of whip that they had on the TV show. This big ass, like, souped up Iraq, SWAT, armored personnel carrier type vehicle. And the dude just like ran up on me and just said I didn't have a license plate light or something like that. It was some phony charge, but he didn't. He just looked at my ID and let me go. And supposedly this is what is it? Crime area targeting team. And this was like right out in the burbs, man. So they're just trying to collect that revenue by getting tickets or trying to look for contraband or whatever they're doing. There's a lady on it name. Her name was Dupe Sack, and it's like, look, there's a thing called duping delight, and I find it's funny that this media person's name is Dupe, and it showed them on there doing active shooter drills, and we've seen them do that before the show. Even they've been doing that here for a while. Like they actually just like pulled up a chopper and then started busting off blanks out of a chopper, like right in the middle of the day, doing some kind of training exercise, throwing flashbangs over and closed down schools, having a secret bomb facility. There's a bunch of look. There's probably I think we're in between two fusion centers. I think there's one up in Saginaw and one down in Detroit. Also, they did leak to the public that it is a federal enforcement thing going on. The dude's like, just look, dude, this is like cop land. I don't even want to drive around because I'm afraid I'm gonna see the cops. There's a cop every mile, and he's waiting to get ticket money. Get you like, look, just any kind of money going to the county. That's what they're doing. They're generating revenue. They're revenue enforcement officers. They collect revenue for the government. They make revenue by kind of like, look, like that used to be kind of called extortion. It's like, you know, when like in the school when the bully steals your milk money, or in this case, these guys can take you to a facility, hold you in the facility, and then make someone come pay and ransom you out in a way. I mean, and look, you're just at their mercy because they can just make up whatever and just throw you through the frickin' ringer because the system is just gonna do you like that. It's like you're guilty until proven innocent. And these dudes are totally false flagging, man. I mean, look, it is like Copland. It's word magic. The way that they're like, oh, we only got 65 officers. Total lies. That might just be in the Flint department, but there's all these. It's just they took like the main department, broke it up, and sent it off to little pieces to different spots, but it's still the same amount of stuff. But now they got the federal task forces where they could just ante up troops from Detroit, from up north like Harrison, Traverse City, the UP. There's a lot of state cops up there. You got the Indians. The Indians on reservations, they're all federalized officers off Jump Street just to be cops. So at any time, they could be deputized through the federal task force, posse, commission, whatever, Iron Mountain Report, continuity of government, Rex 84, King Alfred Plan. This is all being like showed right in front of us. It's just like, and it's like, the dude's, his name is Dim Mak. One of the last name of, that means the touch of death. I mean, these guys are being real comical. This is real comical. You ever see that movie Copland? It has Sylvester Stallone in it, and he was like a sheriff, but then these other Jersey and New York cops were running some kind of mafia scam back and forth, and then finally the dude had to go and take on the cops. And it was but it was like taking on the mafia because they were all the bad guys were cops. They were they were a gang, and these dudes are just flaunting it on TV, man. And I feel that the show is made in such a way where it's gonna take your neoconservative types, and it's gonna ring their bells, man, and they're gonna get all spooked out. And it's like it's gonna infuriate real people who know what's going on, who's been in this, who's Flint town, who's Flint Stone. If you a Flint Stone, you know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Flint Stone. I know what that means. And these dudes is full of shizzle. I've been calling it out for a long time, like ever since the Flint Town stabber false flag, and I was targeted wrongfully and gang stalked over this guy who was an Israeli and worked in a mental facility, like he was a handler, like weird stuff. Anyway, ever since, this is all around the freaking what is that, man? The Patriot Act. Ever since the Patriot Act, man, my life has just been getting more. Big Brother has been sticking his boot a little bit harder on my neck as time goes on, just a little bit harder. Anyway, man, yeah, that's a lot of material condensed. That's some deep shizzle right there, but that's about seems like the gist of it. It's like a total, like, I think they're bringing in actors, crisis actors, or maybe they're police, like from a different spot, but through the federal, any police officer can be anywhere and work. They're still working for the same feds. They can send you anywhere at any time if they deputize you from regular police to fed, but then they're going to arm you like they armed the soldiers in Iraq. So basically these people are a standing army. They're bragging about it. They're driving around in tanks. They're lying on TV. And the greatest part, this dude was like, he goes, when two people roll up on you like that in Flint, normally that means someone's going to shoot at you. And then the cop goes, what do you mean? There hasn't been a shooting around here for 10 years. So it's like, look, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's just the wild, wild west. It's Dodge City around here. And the police are outgunned and outmanned. Bullcrap. Because it's not, you're not dealing with any local force. It's federalized. It's police officers all over from all jurisdictions. CIA, FBI, NSA, TSA, all these different incremental groups. At any time, you can take away their incremental, lump them all under one double bolt uniform, double bolt swastika uniform. Look, boom, you got an army. Like, that easy. So don't let these people fool you. They're magicians. This is just dirty tricks. They're trying to spin it. I mean, and look, everyone from around here that's seen it, and we talked about it, everyone says it's suspect. It's boof. It's like, it's not legitica. See, it's on TV because this is what they want you to think. But look, luckily for you, you got people like me out here who are Flintstone, and we kind of can, get survey the land in this neck of the wood a little better than you on the outside looking in, buddy. And likewise, in your neck of the wood, you can survey the land a little better than I could. And that's just kind of how you do it. This is what I see going on, and they're lying. Because it's like, look, there are so many cops in Mount Morris, dude. There are so many cops here in Davison. I mean, they are freaking, they know they got us outgunned, outnumbered, outmanned. We don't have any rights anymore, so they can just make something up. And you're basically, look, till you can prove that you didn't do what they accused you of, you're at the mercy of the courts, of the judge. But if you got a complacent judge, he owns stock in the jail. The more people that he gets to lock up, the more money he makes in the long run. He don't care about you. And what if all the sheriffs and officers are in on that. That's copland, buddy. What if the feds is in on it with all these people? That's copland, buddy. That's the mafia. That's mob. Thug life. Again, thug life strikes again. But yeah, it's crazy. See, I seen this thing, dude. It was an Albert Einstein picture. It was in a movie, and it said imagination is stronger than knowledge. And I took a step back. I was like, whoa, what did that just say? He's saying the vain imagination is better than knowledge. It didn't even mention wisdom. We're just talking about imagination and knowledge here. And knowledge is a way to maybe learn of wisdom. You know, you need to have be a little bit knowledgeable about certain things before you can become effective. You know what I'm saying? But just because you have knowledge doesn't mean it makes you wise. You know what I'm saying? But I realize what they're really saying. They made it up, man. Just like the moon landing. They make the shit up. Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Because you could even have the knowledge to disprove these people's claims. And people won't even look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because their imaginations have been captivated by magicians who spin reality, who bend it and twist it and flip it and mold it and force it and conform it to their domination of their will for their agenda. And, you know, we are just all on the receiving end of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, once you're aware of that, it's like a lot of stuff just don't make sense. It don't add up. It's too perfect. It's like someone's like, look, it's like, why are you trying to convince me of this so bad if you're innocent? If you're just righteous and true, you shouldn't have to try so hard to convince me. So it's some kind of like, it's like a campaign slogan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's catchy to get people on the bandwagon, like they support it, but they really don't know what they're actually supporting. It sounds good to the people cheering. It might even look good to the people on the outside looking in. But, you know what I'm saying? Until you're on the receiving end of it, you don't know how ugly the thing is. You won't be the one cheering anymore. You won't be cheering about it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's like, that's kind of like sports. You're cheering for a team that you know is cheating to win, and you're complacent with it, and you're cheering anyway. That's the kind of like mentality on both sides of the equation too, because I'm not saying like, look, there is crazy stuff going on here and everywhere, but it's like internal affairs. You guys need to look inside. You need to go up, back up your food chain if you wanted to get rid of corruption, because it starts from up top. When people start effing up top, it F's up stuff on the bottom, and then that makes people act desperate. So in a way, it's like, it's provocation and it's manipulation, because it's not just, it just didn't so happen to happen this way. It was like, no, it was calculated, it was engineered, all kinds of deception, misleads, misdirections, just the usual, you know, marks of something's going on here. It ain't legit. It ain't genuine. It ain't grassroots. It ain't ground up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what is it? Garage business. You know what I'm saying? It's like corporate, and it's all sponsored and green lighted, and it's like orchestrated and planned and meticulously. Like meticulous planning and effort went in before the thing happened, so it proves that it didn't just happen. There's been like a ongoing. It's basically RICO. These people are RICO, you know. But I don't know. A lot of people ain't gonna, you know, see it that way. That this is kind of fire insurance. See. They're trying to whip you up into this paranoia where you need these guys, you need to pay the cops to pull you over and give you tickets, or you got to pay your fire insurance, or your house is going to burn down, your business is going to burn down. It's the same thing.